Hello and welcome to the Ave Dominus Lux server. My name is Karakangar and I'm going to do a little stand minging here while I talk to you. This is leading into a future project that I'll talk a little bit about towards the end of the episode and you will definitely see in the next one. So I am starting up my own YouTube channel and a little Let's Play here. And I just want to start off with a little intro, show you around the world a little bit because this is not a brand new world. And just tell you a little bit about who I am and where I come from. So, I started off on the Xbox 360, which was about 6 years ago, 6.5, and I tried reaching out to the community one time, looking on YouTube and such for farm help back when I was making a creeper music disc farm, and back then there was nothing, or at least I found nothing. I'm sure there was a community, I just didn't know how to get in touch with it. So it wasn't until last year, and one thing about recording, you notice how much you say the same thing over again, like so. I say so too much. It wasn't until last year that I actually started getting involved with community when I met some new friends and switched over to the Java edition of the game. And there's that cave. It went over further than I thought. So I've really been learning a lot since I got involved with the community, and I really am amazed with how much there is out there, how much support there is for it, and I've learned so much. I want to share and give back and show off some of the awesome stuff I make and have share the fun that I have with other people because I love this game and making worlds and making them like come to life. I am both a builder and a technical person. I build lots of awesome farms so that I can easily get resources so that I can build lots of awesome buildings. I've built mostly castles in the past and towns and such, so I'm trying to branch out and do some other stuff. And in this world, I'm working on a Mayan-inspired temple city, so we're going to go take a look at that shortly. I just want to talk a little bit about the server first. So as I said, this was started up as a family server with my kids, and my kids are young and impatient and don't want to make things like nether roads, so I set up Avalanche. I set up a teleporter network using command blocks, and it's still in use today, mostly because it's really fast and efficient, and the kids still play on here occasionally, just not much. So, I'm going to show you around a little bit of that, and other than that, this is a very vanilla server. I've got some vanilla tweaks put out by Susumavoid on his website. Check out susumavoid.com for, pretty sure it's susumavoid.com, for his vanilla tweaks and actual downloads if you want to use the same ones. I'm using a lot of the ones that are available on the Hermitcraft server, such as the Moreheads mods and one player sleeping system, the AFK sleeping, or not AFK sleeping, AFK game changing, and the armor stands mod. So I'm really looking forward to the armor stands mod. I think it's actually can be a huge addition to the game because you can really use it to tell a story and make your world come to life. So we're here at spawn and we're going to start a quick world tour. Like I said, I've set up the teleport network, which is usually represented by like another portal type thing, and I've got some different colored glass depending on what portal it is, usually with some stuff behind it. Like one of my friends that plays or used to play on here, is currently playing Minecraft, is really big up on chickens. So she's got chickens behind her portal. This is a simple iron farm that I built in the early days. I usually leave this bottom chest and then either my brother or I raid the iron here. For some reason it really took a turn in its production a couple weeks ago, and that is like a week and a half for that double chest and a half. It used to be, I'm going the wrong way, it used to be about a chest per day. Yeah. So I might have to expand and build a better iron farm in the near future. So this is the teleport hub, and you just teleport into the center area. I'm going to be changing it up and making it look better because it expanded far faster than it was actually built to accommodate. Mostly because I didn't know how I wanted to build it. I'd never built anything like a teleporter hub before. So in the future, this wing is going to be all bases. Teleporter is going to individual bases. And this is built in creative mode, as you can see the bedrock there. That way no one can dig into this area and mess it up or anything like that. I've currently got the tab menu set up to show phantom kills. And I'm going to have server rules going off in this direction, as well as a list of all the mods and everything, the little vanilla tweaks. And then this wing is going to be the community area. As you can see, I've already got the portal to the community city, kind of a starting area, and portal to the market district, which never really took off. The kids really wanted a market district and to do trading like they see on Hermitcraft, which is an incredible trading system, and I would love to get going. But there's just not enough players here. So we're here at my temple city now, and let's see if I can get into the air and do a quick tour around. So this is my first temple. I built my main storage area in here, and I thought it turned out really well, although I can do better now, especially after working on that temple. Mostly it needs to raise the base underneath the temple, but we'll talk about that some other time probably. I really like the combination of the nether brick roof and the dragon snake type things lying in the stairs. I think it really helps set apart the stone nicely. So we'll go in there last. We're going to run up here real quick. And my elytra is not activating. I have plans to build another tower on here in the future. Or, not tower, temple. I feel like I'm just messing up everywhere. It is so hard to talk and play at the same time. As you can see, I definitely have not got this area lit up quite well enough. But we'll work on that later also. So many things to work on. And it's trying to sneak up behind me. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna get me. Oh, here, I was just gonna turn around and leave. Anyways, I still have a bit of work to do, especially down here in this lower area. I'm getting a simple fountain in here, and my fish was gone. I put a fish in here. He immediately proceeded to swim up to the top of this and then just sit up there and not do anything at all. He just sat there. But apparently he has died or despawned or something. Maybe I should have name tagged him. That probably would have been smart. So this is my kind of Mayan-inspired palace, where the rich people would live if you were actually in real Mayan type society. And after I get all of it finished and all lit up down there so the stuff doesn't spawn in here, this is gonna become my main bedroom type area. This has been just a huge project and taking forever. You would not believe how much work has actually gone into this. It shows it, but it doesn't show it at the same time. It's just a massive project. I've put in and ripped down this tower so many times it's not even funny. And I'm only starting to become happy with it after I took out this section, because this used to go straight across. But I had to rip that all out and build the tower down a little bit lower to make it look good. So let's go down inside of here real quick, and this is still a very rough entrance because I was waiting to build the entrance last so that I could get in the right place. And we'll sprint on over here, and you can see the bottom of my villager breeder right here. But this is my villager trading hall. I really like how it turned out, although I've decided that that dripping's new. Oh, I just put the water streams across there. Oh. Anyways, I need to do something with this roof. I don't like it. I don't like it being the same color and texture as the walls. And the walls are plain, but I have some plans on doing some of the Mayan-inspired sculpture work, but I haven't figured out how to make that actually look good yet. So that's going to take some practice and work. So I worked on this for a long time, got really sick of dealing with villagers, and these guys, take so much paper to unlock their chests that my farms just couldn't keep up with it. So I just kept coming back and taking breaks and coming back and taking breaks, and I had to go through here and take out a lot of the duplicates. Like, I've got way too many farmers in here that I'm never going to need, and I've got some duplicates of blacksmiths that I should get rid of because there's no point in having that many. And I took a break from it for a while, built the other temple that we're going to get to next, and then I've come back to it recently, built this whole section here. This is, you put items in this chest and it sends off into the item sorter that sorts out all the different items, and I've got all the different types of materials that you trade with here. This end one there's empty because I didn't need it yet, but I've got room for expansion with the new update. And then this is a shulker loader. It automatically loads shulkers and then empties them into right here, and is apparently not working properly, since there shouldn't be carrots in here at all. That's the potatoes chest. So, still got some bugs to work out. And then this side right here has just got some of the items that you use for trades, like maps and compasses and books. And then these are different items for unlocking trades or trading, and I've got some emeralds here to do some trading with. So, lots of work yet to do, but it's really coming along very nicely. And up here, I dug out this area across the top up here, and I realized that that would be super noisy and you'd hear villagers all day long in my house, and I didn't want that. So I dug it out deeper, and then I realized I needed to dig it out deeper so I could make it wider to fit the villager farm in there, or the trading hall in there, the redstone work for it. So it ends up being this like huge cavernous area. It totally doesn't need to be this big. But since I had a bunch of extra space, I took and put up some automatic wheat or sugarcane farms, and we've got water streams running in through here that I just put in that runs straight through here. And this is a melon farm. That one's a pumpkin farm. And then those water streams lead back to here and over to the item sorter. And the chest comes in right here, along with the wheat, carrot, and potato farms that are in the other temple. And then they just send it right across the item sorters. So let's get out of here and we will go check out the other temple. And sorry if you just heard my stomach gurgle there. Apparently I need lunch more than I thought I did. So, this tower, huge pain in the butt. Elytra, a huge pain in the butt. Really handy, but when they don't activate, they just don't activate. So, I took a break from working on this area. I had the top all completed except for that tower right there, and most of the villager trading hall except for the storage area was all complete. And I came over and started working on this temple. I really like how this temple is turning out. It still has a ton of work to do, but this burning textured effect is really paying off well, and I love how I've got some of the bits of wall and stuff collapsed, and the burning brazier is broken and spread out across the ground. And this whole area has enough light that it's all non-spawnable. I eventually want this whole area to be non-spawnable, so I just don't have to worry about mobs in my base. And I built this whole temple, and it's hiding 3 villager-powered auto farms. And again, my elytra don't activate. So I've got wheat, potatoes, and carrots, and they're all auto-harvested and replanted by villagers. We'll hop up here real quick. This is a very simple design. I didn't actually use anyone's specifics, but I learned how it works, and turns out all the designs basically look the same. So this is just a little 15 by 15 one, and if you want to learn more about them, LogicalGeekBoy, I think it is, has a really good video that explains how and why it all works. And then that all connects up by hoppers down here to this dropper, and the dropper sends it all down to the bottom of the world, where it's sent across the world by or water streams to an item elevator that puts it inside the storage area for the villager trading hall. So I got a ton of work to do on this, and we will get to that in future episodes. I've got to texture the walls, make the temple itself look ruined, actually building inside to the temple, and a couple other things. I've got a whole list of notes for it. But for right now, let's go in here. You'll notice this area is pre-update aquatic because I started off last year. I originally started off with a little island right here, and this was my little starter house in the area. There used to be an island right here, and I built kind of a shipwreck on it in the same way that you would see in like Skyrim, how there's kind of a camp on the edge of a shipwreck. And I think that really turned out well, and I loved it. But especially with the introduction of phantoms, it just was not working anymore. Plus, it was blocking the efficiency for this farm. This was my first actual build in the world. It took forever to dig this out because a lot of this was pre-beacon. And this was a slime farm. I really want to work on this, and this is going to be my next episode or two. Gotta put a black fog layer across the bottom of this so it looks like it's dropping off into darkness and nothingness. And each of these right here is a pillar that's going to go up to the top and kind of arch over and be holding up this glass ceiling. I'm going to have balconies going across here and leading back to places like there's a double cave spider spawner back there. Oh, that dark shape right there moving caught my attention for a second. It was just the minecart. Literally the last thing I did in Minecraft last night was put in this item elevator, or water stream going over to my storage temple, and item elevates up and puts itself away. So now I don't have to come down here and collect up slime all the time. I just have to come down here every once in a while and make sure that my minecarts are working, which is one advantage of that teleporter. Teleporting out here instead of flying out is my minecarts never break. But if I fly out, they break all the time, especially that one, that first one right there. He breaks all the time. So I just shoot him with an arrow, grab a minecart out of here, and come over and put it on the tracks, and it runs down, picks up the parts that it broke from shooting it, and puts it all right back in the chest for me. Although, come to think of it, that's now going to item elevate right over to my town, or my storage temple. That's slightly less convenient, and I can't jump up that way. Alright, so that's the basic of the world. The sand mining that I was doing at the start of this is to get all the massive amounts of glass that I'm going to need to build a fog layer in here. I mean, it's just going to be a huge amount of glass. I do have some other stuff around the world, particularly if I can not bounce off the walls and land on this glass. I've got a start on a wither skull farm in the nether, and got nether tunnels connecting up all of my stuff and my brother's stuff. My kids don't use the end, so I haven't bothered doing anything with that yet, or the nether or the end for that matter. You might see a weird shape right over there in the stronghold. This is an end portal. I broke the frame back in 1.12 with the mushroom growing trick, and I'm going to turn this into an altar of change or rebirth, something along those lines, and that's going to be my portal into the end. I've got some plans on things to do in the end also, but those will be a ways away in future episodes. Let's see. Oh yes, I have one teleporter within my base that does not connect up to the main teleporter network. The teleporter to my witch farm. I did a lot of work on this area. There used to be islands all around here, and I cleared them all out, put water in, so that no mobs could spawn, except for right there where I was spawning passive mobs. And then Update Aquatic came out. Guess what changed? There's no longer a witch hut here, which means this farm no longer works. So, the positive side is there is now a witch farm right next to my base that was not there in the past. So another future episode will be building myself a new witch farm. Come on, take off. But for right now, I've got so much stuff built up from the previous witch farm that I'm not in a huge hurry to build a new one right here. Especially since I'm going to build a temple around that. That looked like wheat or sugarcane or something going over there for a second. And it's all going to be, if I build a temple right here, it's all over top of the water. So I've got to figure out how I want to make that work. I'm probably going to make like a fake island over it and slope it down to the ground and just make it look like it was actually part of the land. So aside from the having my own private end portal, I also built because I love this, especially the spire, but these mountains here and then the flatlands, and I've got lots of room to expand and build, and I want to put at least a dozen temples in this area. You might notice that all of these things are just flat across the top. It's because I'm going to build some other special stuff across the top of them, but I haven't figured out what color and palette that I want to work with yet for that. But I want at least a dozen temples spread out throughout this area, and I want to just cover this whole area in temples, maybe another palace. I need several areas for more common folk to live in. This is my storage temple right here. We've got input, it goes into the item sorter, more shulker loading stations, those ones actually work right. These are open modules, so I can do expansions later, and I've put in some like temporary things behind them. And then these are all classic Impulse SV item sorters. And you can see we've got the map here of the world. This is the temple we're in, this palace up on the hill, and then this is the temple I was just showing off. The witch farm is just off the edge of this map right here. I also have plans to put a temple on top of here. I'm thinking of making it a triadic temple, if you know anything about temple construction. And another temple up on here that's going to house an ice farm. And then I think I'm going to make like a commoner housing area here. It's going to be all built up like is around this temple, but with then a bunch of wooden houses on it. And the Mayans used to build up all their stuff like that because that way there it was all out of the way of the flood water. And I'm actually thinking about ripping down this temple and rebuilding it because it doesn't have any sort of like height thing like that. I feel like it's going to end up looking out of place. But this was my very first temple, and I think it turned out really well. So I kind of want to keep it the way it is. Anyways, I'm going to cut off there, and in the next episode, we're going to come back and do some work on the slime farm. So I'm looking forward to that. This is my first build, and I really feel like it's been ignored and neglected, and it needs some love. So we're going to make that happen.